like CenterQuest's emphasis on holding the center. This was much of the wisdom of Henry Nouwen. I think CenterQuest's work does that very well and in a practical way that most of us can understand and follow. So God bless you in this good and important work.
As Richard Rohr alluded to, the notion of a spiritual center figures prominently in many of Henry Nouwen's writings. In fact, the very idea behind CenterQuest is inspired and influenced by Henry Nouwen's own fascination with the symbol of the wagon wheel with its focus on the hub to which all the spokes are attached. The symbol actually helped Nouwen understand the importance of a life lived from the center. CenterQuest is a hub for genuine seekers who desire and long for true community. CenterQuest's main thrust is a school of spiritual direction, a distinct training program with a distinct audience in mind.
And let's welcome the School of Spiritual Direction inaugural cohort of 2015.
Into my life and into my journey. We're so thoughtful and prayerful in doing so. And I will always remember this as a very, very integrated time in my life when God took all these particles of substance and created them into a form.
Nina Lau Branson from Pasadena, California.
Well, this is the CenterQuest School of Spiritual Direction celebration. And the program has been so rich and so transformative that if I never do spiritual direction, it will have been more than worth it.
This program that Will dreamed into being was not just like a program for me, because I could not get through it without my real self and my real life being deeply implicated by it.
School of Spiritual Direction cohort 2016 and 2017.
I so appreciate the integrity of this program that's dedicated to putting spiritual directors into the world who've been prepared for this work by being fully immersed in the values that we hold as people of faith who journey together with others. I want to celebrate tonight the extraordinary gift of this learning community.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's all rise and welcome the School of Spiritual Direction Cohort 2018 and 19. Where we will be awarding certificates of completion to our graduating cohort members. A Filipino religious sister of the Virgin Mary, my kababayan, Sister Larry.
God's will brought me to CenterQuest. For reasons only God knows. But what is important for me was that I was not brought to a place, but I was brought to an experience of community and presence of oneself, of others, and of God.
Gerard Hui.
Please well and quote Henry Nouwen. Nouwen, quoting Will Worsley, once said, hospitality is to create space where people can change, and may I add, to grow into our God selves.
Right in our backyard, in where CenterQuest headquarters is in Pasadena, Grace King.
Psalm 25 in the Message says, "My heart and kidneys are fighting each other. Call a truce to this civil war." I'm happy to say that in Center Quest this past year, my heart and my kidneys were not at war.
Welcome, everyone, depending upon which time zone you're on. Good afternoon, good evening, good morning to all of you watching us from literally all over the globe. This is Center Quest School of Spiritual Direction graduation celebration for our cohort 4.
Everything I could ever need. Every longing in my heart, planted in me from the start. Every hope I hold for what my life will be. Everything I could ever see. Anything I could ever dream. Every hunger, every thirst, to this moment from the first, all are leading me to where my searching ends. For you are all my heart is really longing for, and you are all my soul will ever need. You are all the meaning I am searching for, and you are all that satisfies the deepest part of me.
In the unprecedented time of a pandemic and so much going on globally, it has been a gift to journey with my mentoring group and the greater cohort of CenterQuest.
The quality of the modules was such that they challenged the mind and expanded the heart.
In this program, you will learn and grow. And as you grow in your knowledge of the Father, He will continue to enlarge your heart and mind as the Spirit does its perfect work.
What could you expect from an online course? Some people ask this question skeptically when I take this course in the very beginning. Now, after I've finished my training, I could say to all of them, what I get from this course is beyond my imagination, and I couldn't ask for more.
A huge turning point for me was learning to live as God's beloved.
Wow, what a year. Suddenly our world has become a whole lot smaller, and our global connectivity just a whole lot more real. Our planet desperately needs people that will step away from the noise and the fear to listen to one another for the divine voice of God in each of us.
Have you ever been asked to describe something that has affected you so deeply that you were unable to find the right words to do it justice? The CenterQuest program is grounded in presence. It finds you where you are and gently leads you on a path into discovering who you are as a beloved of God. From this overflowing love and grace, we have been formed and are now privileged to be called spiritual directors.
just to be able to look at the screen and see all of you from literally all over the globe.
Call the first stage the search for essential discipleship, which is the first grade struggle is to get our lives together. Then you have generative discipleship, which is the struggle to give our lives away. And then radical discipleship, which is the struggle to give our deaths.
I called contemplation non-dualistic thinking, the change that changes everything. The contemplative mind is a different mind. It's foundationally compassionate.
The poet cannot make poetry happen, but the poet can assume the stance that offers the least resistance to the gift of poetry of occurring. We don't have to wait until we're dead to realize that God is all in all.
Benedictine way is not noisy and doesn't run to extremes. It embodies the moderate and enduring practice that Jesus embodied for us in daily faithfulness to his early years in Nazareth.
Who are you? What do you really want? And it was in deconstructing the myth about God that I was able to construct an awareness about who I really was.
The whole world is bubbling up, and the need for sacred shadow work. How do we own our own darkness and withdraw that darkness from the collective?
Thank you so very much for joining us. We are so grateful for your presence.
As the morning dawns, we behold your beauty stretched across the sky with each new day. Your great faithfulness written in the crimson, mercy new and grace that knows no end. Our lives are filled and overflow with all the favor we've been shown. The splendor and the radiance of your love. We behold your majesty, the beauty of our sovereign King. Your banner spreading over all the earth. As the evening falls, we recount your goodness, the blessings of your presence in our lives. And with the stars above that no one could number, we sing out the greatness of your name. Our lives are filled and overflow with all the favor we've been shown. The splendor and the radiance of your love. We behold your majesty, the beauty of our sovereign King. Your banner spreading over all the earth. How wide, how long, how high, how deep of your love.
The course of CQ Asia is to find your true self, meet wonderful fellow pilgrims, and go and experience God together in this beautiful community of diverse religious background. In this flower garden, we find one another's beauty in accepting, comforting, and praying together.
My praxis-driven experiences are like uncovering a treasure in my heart. I learned to notice God's work in my life journey and to see my true self clearly through God's eyes. What a life-giving experience it is to share what I've learned with others in the intentional circle of reflection.
What a joy to experience such brilliance and depth of CenterQuest's unique curriculum in celebrating, integrating, and appropriating Henry Nouwen's spirituality in the Asian context. You can see a glimpse of the beauty and splendor of Christ's bride in diversity, where God's love and wisdom is constantly, furiously, and lovingly fleshed out in the class forum. The enigmatic effect of living out each course has gently and lavishly transformed my heart and mind towards an intimate love relationship with God.
Enrolling myself at CenterQuest paved the way for me to find my niche in the ministry of soul companioning, and one of its distinctive as praxis-oriented had given me so much opportunity to be more effective and effective in doing my ministry.
I really appreciate how mentoring is part of the program. I receive feedback for my reflections as I go through the material for the week. There are opportunities to do Q&A with the instructors, and I have a couple of mentors with an intimate mentoring group who've journeyed with me since the beginning. This program is not just a place to learn things conceptually, it's a place where our journeys and learnings really meet with God's movements.
I am grateful to God for providing me CQ Asia as a home, a loving, compassionate community. The program is well organized and I love it. The rigorous training is giving me a chance to hone my sensitivity of Him.
I really love the prayerful discernment module, which highlights the genius of Saint Ignatius de Loyola. I love the practice of seeing God in all things, and the practice of examine has really been impactful for me.